Welcome to Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, coming at you from beautiful Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, a podcast that Dan Harmon described as something I am completely unaware of, and it doesn't sound like something I would be a fan of anyways. Here's to you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, we appreciate the rep. So, where we left off last time, our heroes have been traveling through a deadly ziggurat, fighting all kinds of different monsters and traps and difficulties on their way here. They have fought through a kobold tribe, climbed to their village, and it seems that they are about to be greeted by the leader of the tribe, known as Raduf. So, that, I believe, is where we left off, where you guys had finally reached the top of this high plateau, fought through the tribe's defenses, and that's where we'll start off there. So I believe you've all made it now. There's no one climbing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this thick group of kobolds sort of parts as a finely dressed kobold dressed in, I guess I would say bat leather and feathers. He's very richly adorned for a kobold. He seems like the main guy around here.
Bat feathers.
Bat leather. Leather from the bat wings, since they have giant bats.
Mm-hmm.
So as he approaches, he's gliding softly on his bat, drops down in the center of the crowd, and they all begin chanting, Raduf, 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 Raduf. He approaches the PCs gathered near, the edge of this plateau, and he just raises a hand. They all silence themselves immediately. He says, well, I guess it would be maybe slightly accented common, but spoken ably enough that anyone would be able to understand him. Says, well, look what we have here. Some outsiders. And then he turns to the kobolds and says, looks like a bunch of dorks to me. And they all begin chanting again, Raduf, Raduf, Raduf. Silences them again. Says, what are you all doing here at the home of the Leatherwing tribe, the baddest, most extreme kobolds that have ever walked the face of Faerun?
I think we came for, what was he sent us here for? Like a skull or something? We heard you got a skull.
He, has a skull actually hanging off of his belt. He says, yes, payment from the Muckwalkers to, borrow a few boulets and garner some support. A fine gift, a relic of, the kobold gods, if you believe them. All I know is that it shows that we the bosses, and all the other kobolds are chumps, including you. Then the other kobolds laugh as if on cue. They've practiced this before. They laugh when Raduf says an insult.
You don't look so tough.
Psh, I'm the toughest, wiliest kobold that ever lived. I'm Raduf, the Magnificent. Raduf, the Great. Raduf.
Oh, you're gonna
The
start
alluring.
singing?
Well, we do have something kind of prepared, but we can skip the song, I guess. You're all here for this skull? Psh, I don't think you're good enough for this skull.
We needed to kill Noxus.
Psh, I don't care about Noxus. I'm Raduf. I'm the greatest, and you're all chumps.
Radulf, we're going to take the skull from you.
He says that a lot.
Is
Do you have a
Rudolph,
hole in
like,
your
just on
face?
a side note, is Rudolph like sort of modeled on what's that guy from Beauty and the Beast?
Gaston?
Gaston?
I was thinking more Rufio from Hook, but
I mean, just anyone that has a little bit of power that's gone way to their head. I'm thinking like a high school jock in an 80s movie.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll pants the nerd, he'll...
I want to roll the strike.
It's great. What do you want? What?
Buddy is taking a piss on his head.
Hmm.
Buddy is going to fly over him invisible, start taking a piss.
I guess there'll be a dex check.
So she's
18.
plus 4, 22.
What?
Since Buddy's invisible, it could be a good disadvantage.
With, well, Buddy gets advantage. So,
His buddy has advantage.
So-
Rolls. Well, that was a 20. So I think he dodges the
Damn
urine
it!
stream.
Nice.
So
unless Buddy, no.
Radulf dodges the urine and grabs the nearest kobold lady and begins kissing her violently. Lets her go, "Ah." And he says, well, if you all want this here skull, you gotta prove you're the fastest, that you're the best, that you can beat us at our own game. Now, if you can't handle that, you can just turn on around and climb on down the mountain.
I'll race you.
I like games.
Okay.
How many
I'll race
contests
you.
are there? But he's like, I'll race him, I'll race him.
No, I will.
I can only raise one of you dorks at a time. So
A foot
I would
race?
say there is a. We fly with bats here.
Yeah.
It's more extreme than running on your lame little feet.
We bat
Who's
racing?
got the best animal handling?
Buddy says, I'll race him,
That's
I'll race him.
Plus 3. What's yours?
Plus 6.
Oh, yeah.
We all talking about pluses and such. Math
That
nerds.
was a team huddle.
I'm pretty good at that.
Just a light.
Yes, I am also light. I'm much smaller than he is.
Actually, kobolds are pretty small
Kobolds are
too.
small.
Yeah, kobolds
Yeah,
are tiny.
Okay, well, like, they're the same size as halflings?
Probably smaller.
That's why we've been killing them with one punch.
yeah.
You think of me fighting these big dragons?
Nah, there's a series of challenges. You gotta prove that you're better than me and my boys at everything.
Okay, well, lay it out.
What's the...
Lay your challenges.
First,
Let us know how you'd like to be embarrassed.
we're gonna race these bats across this crazy ass jungle. Whoever gets back first is the winner. Next, you gotta be strong to wield this skull. Strong as Radulf.
Uh-oh.
Arm wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Then, you gotta have a strong constitution if you're gonna be carrying this badass mamma jamma around with you all over these jungles.
Me.
Eating contest. Our choice of food. Now, you gotta move your bodies to the beat, because that's how we roll out here. Dance off.
Dance.
That's it.
There's that
That'll be me
too.
as well. I can do that.
And
Okay, well,
finally,
you can do it. Dex.
we play a lot of games out here. We like to play as hard as we work. So you gotta beat us at some of our own games if you think that you're gonna walk away with this mad, sweet ass piece of bling right here on my hips.
But he's like, games.
That sounds pretty tight. What do you say you throw in a bat if we win as well?
No.
All right. I mean, if you guess if we're gonna win, I mean, I guess you wouldn't want to wager a bat as well.
You're not
That's
gonna
fine.
win. No one can beat Rodolph. I'm gonna beat your pants and you're gonna cry back to those great ones. Ooh, we couldn't beat him.
Then why is it better if you wager a bet?
Well, yeah.
Talk is cheap, chump.
You're the chump. And then they all laugh at that like it was the best comeback ever. Yeah, he's the chump. You tell him, Rodolph. So,
The little guy in the back.
you can do it. You can do it. He does a whistle thing. I can't do it. And then he moves his fingers over and another kobold whistles for him. And a bat swoops down and says, who's going to be bad enough to race me, Radulf, the best?
Jessup.
She's got this.
That's their strength.
She's as short as I am, you fools.
Like one better on a bird.
So,
It's not his move speed.
another bat is brought to you.
Can't cast it on the-
Okay.
The kobolds explain quickly how you hold the reins and direct it and stuff. And the race will be on soon. Radulf says you can chicken out if you want to and go home. I won't have my boys hit you on the way out. If you want to just give up, nerd.
Got this.
Are you sure you want to do this? I mean, like, is your ego going to recover after I completely destroy you in this race?
Ooh, says the collective audience watching this. He says, let's just ride, lady.
Okay.
Just because I never had a relationship with my father doesn't mean anything about my ego.
I go over to the bat and I just sort of rub it and sort of make friends with it.
Give me an animal handling check to see how much this bat has an initial feeling of liking of you.
But he goes, you can do it!
Rajul's bat is certainly a little bigger, a little brawnier. They're trying to stack it in his favor a
Who's
little.
that actor from Deuce Bigelow who always goes, you can do it?
That's Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider, yeah.
Rob Schneider, huge fan of the show, sends me emails
He was on it
constantly.
before, isn't he?
How much? What do you roll for inspiration?
For
You
what?
get to re-roll your d20.
You just get to re-roll one.
It's like advantage.
Yeah,
Gives you advantage on a roll.
Oh yeah.
Whichever one you want to.
it's a one-shot advantage.
Okay, cool. I think we're gonna use it.
Go for it.
Inspiration.
I think that's a little better, right?
Yeah, it is better.
Alright, so the bat-
17.
The bat. I'm not sure what sound a bat makes.
No.
Yes, it does best.
They're like squeaky. They squeak.
So it kind of squeaks in joy and happiness sort of as you scritch it in the perfect place behind the ears
Perfect.
and climb on. And the race is on. They count down 3, 2,
Little kobold, was it?
and then Raduf goes on 2.
Both.
Oh no. So
I go after him.
this will be a series of animal handling and dexterity checks. As you make your way around the circuit, whoever wins by how much on each roll moves a little further along the track. There it is. I'm gonna roll out in the open, so there is no cheating or whatever done on my part.
Okay, I cast guidance on myself.
All right.
Good
What are
job.
we doing?
You're racing bat. So the initial leap off of the cliff, how smoothly does it go?
What is this?
Animal handling,
Natural 20.
natural 20. So,
Natural 20 plus
oh my god. Okay.
3 plus 6.
So that is kind of ridiculous, but
29.
you move forward immediately 4 spaces.
Sweet.
Let's see, Zenbri
I
is
cast
up
guidance on
here.
myself again.
I don't know if the bat was flying me or I was
Is that going to fall on our heads, by the way? Bats. It's the fan.
Should we turn the fan? Oh, it's that fan. I
Oh,
think.
what the fuck?
Oh,
That sound!
I thought it was the
I didn't know he was doing it. I was a thought it was the
He was making bat sounds.
So Zenbri jumps to a commanding lead. You're swooping through the forest like a fucking something out of something, like a bat out of a plateau that it's living on. Another animal handling check. Oh my fucking god, another 5. Alright, you jump forward another 4.
And 3 plus 6, so that's 18, 24.
There's only a certain amount you can beat him by to game. So you are more than halfway through the
Cast
circle
guidance
already.
on myself.
I'm starting to think this was a terrible idea to roll out in the open. Let's continue. Let's
Yeah,
continue.
over.
Yeah, it'll be a late comeback.
Alright, so
3 plus 4, so 7 plus 6 is 13.
13? Okay. Beats you by that, so he moves 2 spaces. So you're over here, he is still just over here. Completely failing his people.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Natural
no.
20. Damn, girl.
12 plus
14,
14.
17.
How long does guidance last?
No, I
He
cast
does it
it
every
time.
I keep
One
casting it every
Only
time.
one
It's a
roll.
cantrip.
Huh?
It's 14 plus 6 is 20.
Right. Another 2 spaces.
I cast guidance on myself again.
Okay, so he is rounding the curve, so to speak. Another animal handling check. Ooh. And a 10.
And by... So...
Another 4 on the guidance roll.
30, exactly.
2, 3, 4. So you are almost back.
She swung around.
Just
Tried to
completely
turn on his head.
Alright, and last one, presumably. Aye.
9
Plus.
plus
Another 4. That's 3 4s in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 4s in a row?
That's a lucky
Aye,
D4.
so,
And I had 2 20s already. I like the stats.
so Zenbri returns back to the plateau first, having completed the circuit of races.
When she returns,
A minor illusion, a winning.
yeah, I quickly bring over a chair and table, have a seat, and put a coffee in her hand.
The crowd,
Standing behind her, like massaging her shoulders.
the crowd goes wild, but not in a good way. Ooh, magic bitch cheated! Are the cries of disdain coming from the stands as Raduf returns back.
I moon them.
Fine! As you can see, the outsiders cheat at every chance they can get. But
Say no magic.
Radulf is a kind and fair ruler. We will continue to the next one. Arm wrestling.
So you sure you don't want to wager that bet now? I mean, if you're going to win everything.
Nobody is stronger than Radulf. We shall continue.
I think I took that off the table when I kicked his ass.
Isn't Radulf? How
Thank
tall is
you.
Radulf again? He's like 4
Plus
foot
3,
nothing.
right?
Yeah, the kobolds swipe the coffees and such, I guess, off of the table. Arm wrestling position. Akul steps up. Radulf catches his breath for a moment. And an old, wizened kobold wearing a false beard, most likely, since I imagine they don't grow facial hairs. But it sort of helps with the wizened look. Hands him a potion. He drinks the potion in a few large gulps, and you see his muscles bulge. He says, "Oh God,
It's gonna be like that.
let's do this,
You,
outsider."
you got this, man. I cosplay as an
Okay.
Okay, I was about to do something
It's a
else.
guidance as well.
God, it doesn't stack.
Aye, so this will be opposed strength checks. This is
Yeah.
starts in the middle here. We'll say this is
This does it.
Akul. This is Radulf. So opposed strength check.
Spellbook.
Okay.
Cool, I like your graph. Should have been a pie chart.
Figure they'll probably cast guidance on him as well, keeping it fair.
It's attack rolls and saving throws. It doesn't work the same way I thought it would. This is useless for you right now.
The guidance then.
So,
Too late this
Ah.
time.
so that is
Well,
the
he
first
would've
one. What
known
is your
that.
total?
You did guidance.
13. I so you I 13. You got it.
I'm just saying, Akul's gonna win.
So
Radulf's
that
gonna
actually
lose.
moves it 1, 2 over here. So that's where we're at right now.
Akul is strong.
So you feel the potion of giant strength that he had imbibed just overwhelms your natural strength. He's pushing you down.
Akul is weak.
You're inches away from hitting the table.
Hey,
Cost guidance.
hey, the cheers. I was cheering for a reason. Rakush is.
Akul.
No, Akul is strong and Radush is weak.
What?
Command.
You can't just command him to be weaker.
It's a verbal spell. Weak.
Be weak?
Be weak? That doesn't make any
words.
sense.
No, but it's a single word. I could say lose. Akul's gonna win, and Radush is gonna lose.
So lose. So does he throw the fight? I guess I have to roll like a wisdom save or some shit.
Or just.
What do I have to beat?
My 18.
I should have rolled it out there, but it was a 17. So I imagine if he has at least 1 willpower.
Yeah, if he has 1 willpower, he dies.
Yeah.
So
So
he beats it.
he does not immediately throw the match, but Akul is on the ropes due to this giant strengthed kobold.
You cast guidance, haven't
I did a cost guidance.
Shit.
So you go to D4.
Because I do cheat.
I don't know. Here you go.
Plus 4. Plus 4.
8. Oh, 12.
12 to 17. So
Lose.
he throws your arm to the table and says, "I'm just this strong normally! Oh my god! I did this with my natural strength and you can't prove otherwise. That was just water I drank."
Don't worry about it, man. He was totally
Minor
juiced.
illusion, the word cheater
The-
floating in smoke.
The
above
crowd
his
yells,
head.
"Radulf! Yeah! Oh!"
I minor illusion the word sucks after every Radush.
Radouche.
Radouche sucks.
He says, "You may have failed this, but the contests shall continue." And the crowd erupts. Yeah! Woo! Radouche, you're the coolest. He says, "Bring me the big belly boys." And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of the fattest kobolds you have ever seen steps out of the huts, clutching their bellies, holding their backs as they sit down. "Bring out the trough!" Rodolphe yells, and a long table full of wriggling, multicolored grubs is brought out in front of them.
Okay.
The eating contest shall commence now.
All of us.
For all of you!
All of us?
Yes. I guess you can stand out. However many of you want to do that. No, that doesn't.
I'm okay, I can do it. I have resistance to poison damage.
The more that we do it,
I'm kind of
Are you still thinking that?
Cure poison, so it's fine.
kind of hungry.
You could wild shape into any animal.
No, I know,
I walk up to Zembri and I whisper in her ear, "Are kobolds cold-blooded?"
like, someone's not cool.
Draconic characters? I don't know.
Reptilian.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
Oh, they're not dogs. They're
Interesting. They're not
reptiles.
drugs anymore. They're reptiles.
That is old school thinking that they are dog looking.
Very old school.
Huh, well, I mean, reptiles are cold blooded. They are pretty much reptilian,
But are
I
they
guess.
reptilian? Yeah. Well, they're draconic.
I mean, are dragons cold blooded?
Unlike dragons, kobolds are cold-blooded, so dragons are cold-blooded.
So it's kobolds that, I guess they are cold blooded.
Really?
Yeah,
Control them.
all of them say the
That
same
would
thing.
be cheating.
Someone's casting guidance on yourself.
That wasn't really that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like,
We just got him to give us the skull.
You gotta cheat, you cheat. You do it right.
I didn't really think of it as cheating. Yeah, I suppose it was, wasn't it?
Up to you. I want to do this eating competition anyway, but if we lose, let's just think. Just keep
Guys,
that,
guys,
keep that in the back.
I am kind of
Let's
hungry.
save it
Let's,
as like
let's
a
do
thing
this.
in the pocket for
Yeah.
the case. Like,
While
I
they're preparing,
Plan B.
while they're preparing the food, Buddy's gonna invisibly fly onto
Oh,
the
they're
food.
not preparing anything, it's just grubs.
It's just grubs.
It's just a trough full of different colored grubs.
Okay.
They said they get to pick the food. That's
Yeah, they get the
Well, I
food.
don't know what
do
they're
it.
gonna
What do we have to roll?
risk it. You know,
let's see.
fucking
So there
I'm just
were
gonna
5
destroy it.
lizard dudes, 5 belly boys.
Yeah.
So I will bring them out here to show if they are in or out of the game. Still, this will be a series of constitution rolls, both because the grubs are poisonous and because you can just get full of them after a while.
Do I get advantage?
Now-
As I normally would against poison.
You are not affected by poison at all.
Yeah.
So I would say the difficulty for your rolls drops by like 4. They're only mildly poisonous.
Sure.
I'm gonna cast resistance on myself before we start.
If you want to do
Because
that.
we're assuming it's gonna be poisonous, whatever they're feeding us.
One willing creature,
Yeah, I'm willing.
but one willing creature. They're poisonous. I'm not resistant to
So I've got
poison.
advantage against poison
You don't
saves.
have to do it.
I want to do it.
Yeah, I'd say
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's fine.
so. I guess you
Everybody
would.
else has.
And I'm
trying to
resistant to
think.
poison.
So
I want
okay,
to do it.
you're resistant, but you're not immune.
Not immune.
He's
Half
immune.
damage, I'll take it.
Is anyone else resistant to poison?
Do you take half damage as well?
Alright, so you're resistant. So I would say maybe you would get like a -4 to the difficulty class, and you guys would get a -2
Okay, but no
to the
advantage.
rolls. No, not advantage, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a not. There's not really a lot of D&D rules for eating contests.
Yeah.
Sure you'd find it.
But also, do you have resistance to poison or are you immune?
Resistance. And advantage against saves of poison. Okay.
Bring out the grubs.
Alright, so first round of the eating contest. These wriggly grubs sitting in the trough stand before you.
I am minor. Can I make a minor illusion that only my people can see?
No.
Wait a minute. Can I do? I want to do a. Can I do some sort of knowledge check? Like I've seen these kobolds. I've seen what they eat, what kind of things they are, like animals and that. Can I think of a foodstuff which they would find disgusting, but that we would like cupcakes?
Huh. I don't know. That's
How will minor illusion
that's
this
a
whole
thinker.
trough to look like wriggling cupcakes?
I mean, they would know it's probably kobold, like grubs those
And
since they
that's
saw it.
and
brought
that's
out.
obvious
Right.
magic.
That's fine. Oh, you just took a healing potion. I thought that was fine. Okay, never mind. Getting too complicated. I just wanted cupcakes. That's it.
Well, I mean, you can make it look like cupcakes to help you guys, I
Yeah, that's
guess,
what I mean. Yeah.
power through it.
I got 15.
Also, the cupcakes, once they
and
touch
I
it,
cause resistance.
Yeah.
the hands would go through the cupcake and they would
in the mind for us.
Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
I'm a want to
roll
I
for-
love babies.
So it's just a con save. Difficulty class is starting out at 10. But because you have -4, you have to beat a 6. You guys have -2, you have to beat an 8. Everyone else has to beat a 10.
We just add our saves.
Just add your con. Yeah.
Could I?
Because there's no proficiency.
I don't have to,
Okay.
Lost.
The Belly Boys are able to make it through the first round together.
Me too.
Did anyone get under the number? Alright. So then, second round, we'll increase the difficulty to 12. So that would be 10,
Resistance.
10, 8, 10.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then Akuri would be on 12.
Good.
19, okay. These guys also beat 12.
Whoa!
So one of them, let's say number 4, takes a loss. The others hold strong, and the fifth one, he also takes 1 X. 3 X's and you are out of the eating contest. You are just too full of grubs or poison to continue.
Okay, up by
So
2
next
again.
one, 14.
Oh, I'm fine. Exactly
So
14.
that would be 12.
So that would be
14 plus 2,
10,
8,
12,
16.
12.
I'm fine still.
Okay, you take 1 X. When you take 3, then you are out. Okay, so let's see. So 1 more loss for lizard number 4, and for lizard number 5, he is okay right now.
Don't forget to add your con bonus.
Moving it up to difficulty 16.
Defcon 3.
Resistance.
16 plus 2, so that's 4.
So that is 12 for you. Or
10. I think I'm gonna fail this
You have to
one.
beat
Doesn't matter
12.
what
Yeah,
I roll
my
now.
5.
you guys have to beat
Fail.
14, 14, 14.
1 X for me.
I'll just trust you guys to put your X's
Yeah.
fairly.
1 X for me.
Let's see. So okay, and 2 more X's for these guys, and then the last one
I got an X.
takes an X. Okay, next round. It is 18 now. You are getting tired. You've
18,
been
man.
stuffing grubs down your throat for a couple solid minutes now, probably.
Oh,
We are technically dogs. We
bam.
can eat our vomits.
This time I'm going to.
Are we putting notes in?
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't need paper anymore.
Lizard number
matter.
4.
Doesn't matter.
Put an X there for me. I don't need paper.
Alright.
2 X's for Jesse.
2 X's for Jesse.
I'm out.
You're out. Akul has just eaten as much as he can. No one knows if it's just that it's nasty grubs. No one knows if it is poison, but he says, no more.
I'm still good.
God has told me to stop, so I will stop. Does anyone else have any X's?
I have 1 X.
1 X for Aki.
And you're
No
just
X's?
eating grubs and shit
Alright.
in the forest.
And Feather has 1. Alright, so moving on now. Difficulty 20.
18.
Everybody is slowed down. The Belly Boys are running low. The,
I'm still good.
Plus 2.
Nice.
Those
So,
are
Slave
20.
resistance.
1 pass and 3
Come on, That's
X's.
16. I need a 4.
What is it?
2.
Nope.
3.
Jesse's out.
What is
Pass.
it? 18. That's
Just
20, but
20.
18 for me.
Yes, because you have
16.
resistance.
Another one.
I
I
got
rolled
an X.
so good.
I have an X.
Jesse's out.
And
Oh, this is your first X?
Zenbri has 1 X now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. The Belly Boys are looking bad right now. Most of them have 2 X's. One of them has 1 X.
I'm still fine.
Alright, you haven't taken any.
I just took 1
the
X.
1 X. Okay, so now, Constitution 22. Your bellies are full to the brim. They are expanded like a small African child that is about to die.
I unhinged my jaw.
And Aki here is like, man, these are some pretty good grubs, actually, guys. Are you sure that you're getting tired?
I'll put those 20 again.
1 pass, and I'll say 3 more. So these out.
I get my second X.
Jessup is out.
I also have my
Akul is
Oh,
out.
what? 22.
22.
But down to 20 for me.
Yes.
20 on the dot.
Oh my gosh,
17
so
plus
Feather
3,
Marshal
yeah.
is in. Aki, did you beat what
Well,
did you
so I
beat?
got my second X.
Second X? And then Zenbri, did you beat it? Second X.
All on 2
So
X's.
there is one lizard left who has been rolling quite well. He is the last of the big belly boys. How many of you guys are left? It is just
3 of us.
Feather and
All on-
Zenbri.
And Aki.
I think
All on the last X.
so. Let's keep it on 22. I think is a pretty high number to beat anyway. So to shovel just one more handfuls of grubs down your throat. Can it be done? Have to beat the
Third X,
22.
I'm out.
Motherfucker.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
Contest
supposed to go.
Zenbri,
We're all gone.
we're all
All
gone.
gone.
Oh
Who
no.
goes last? Big belly boy. He says, "More grubs, more grubs."
You can have mine.
I'm not full. Takes him out here. Stands up, and as he stands up, his belly knocks the trough over. Yeah! And he falls back onto the ground. Medics carry him back to the hut.
Jesse walks up to the dude and he's like, you know, I've seen this before a couple of times with a tribe. If you've been like scraping your ass on the floor or anything like that, you might want to get that checked, dude. I mean, like, you know, when you keep eating, you don't get full. That's a sure sign of worms. You might want to get that checked.
We like to eat worms. If we had more worms, that'd be good.
Yeah, but like parasite, never mind.
So that is, let's see. For the outsiders, they have 1. For the kobolds, they have 2 now.
Girl.
What are the other competitions?
What's the last 2 challenges?
Let's see.
That's some sweet moves.
Let's see. Yeah, there is a dance-off or a soccer game, whichever one you would like to do next.
Dance off.
So for the dance-off, you need to pick one person to be a director, to come up with a theme for the dance, and the rest will be the dancers, and they need to make, I would say, either a dex or a charisma check to properly convey the deep emotions and.
Can we pick?
And
We can do Dex. but-
Okay, so I'll be doing
Yeah, that's not
This is sort of an interpretive dance, yeah.
I'm gonna be doing interpretive because charisma. My dex is not bad too.
Okay, then you can be the charisma, the head dude in the front. And
Okay,
us
I'll-
deck spaces will
Yeah,
be...
so whoever wants to not be a dancer can
I
be the
think-
director.
Oh, is your charisma quite high? And you're?
I'm zero.
You want to be a director?
What's your dex?
I don't think you have to do anything. Sure.
Well, you have to pick what they're dancing about. What emotion do you want to convey? What kind of moves should they be busting out? Are they going big or are they going traditional?
Okay,
Are
we're
they
gonna do
Plastic free
cycles.
favors.
We're
now,
gonna do the
I will give you
You're a
guys
hippie
a
druid.
couple minutes to decide on who does what and what kind of dance you want to do while I use the restroom.
Cool.
I'll be doing kung fu dancing in the middle.
Everybody knows.
Kung fu fight.
There we go. Let's go for that one.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know, like, why don't we do a dance that represents how we beat them coming up the mountain? Like a fighting,
Like I said.
That's pretty hilarious. I like that.
How we kick their asses.
a dance to remind them about how we kick their asses coming up the side.
So like some of us can pretend to be like bats or something.
Yeah.
Fall down
Oh,
and shit.
yeah.
And the charisma people must pretend to be
I can lose-
kobolds. You two must pretend to be kobolds as well.
I can silent image the whole theater.
And then me and him will pretend to beat you up and we'll
No.
teleport behind you.
No, but can't you do like the illusion?
I
Illusion.
can
also do
When it's
that,
a
yeah.
kobold, make them make it the short dick.
I could, but then we're trying to entertain here.
And
Okay,
That's for after.
but who's the judge?
Yeah, it's pretty pointless.
They're going to be the judge, obviously. Doesn't matter, but once
Okay, how about this? We do a dance of Radouche. What is his name again?
Radoof?
Radoof talking smack and taking shit from the small kobolds, and then we outsiders come in, defeat Radouche, and give money and rewards to all.
Mhm. And then we end it like
Yes.
this.
No!
And we free the small kobolds from the tyranny of reduce.
So what have you guys landed on so far?
And give them money and
Starting a rebellion.
We've landed on a nickname at least. That's something.
Redouche.
So you
background dancing of hot, sexy girl kobolds. Because you always need the kobold background dancers, right?
We'll do that. The two Dexters will do that.
The sexy dancer.
Yeah.
It's the
There's
wrong
like
character
girls
for this
there.
man. Pan was the dancer. You never met. Oh, you met Pan. Never mind.
So, who's the director?
I'm the director.
So what is the dance going to be about?
The dance is going to be
Takes
about.
18.
No, but they were saying charisma.
Charisma or
You do charisma or dex, to show that you can hold their
Well, maybe
attention with your body or your personality, or just with properly
I'm the director.
done dance
He can be the
moves.
director.
Okay.
Our show is going to be an interpretive production of what is going to happen in the very near future, which is we are going to overthrow Redouche and give wealth to the people, but done in such a way that it's a story about a different group of kobolds somewhere else.
Who's going to be the lead in this dance? Who wants to play
These two,
Redouche?
one of them two, with their charisma, and then they're going to be backup dancers.
You probably have more charisma than I do.
I'm doing disco lights with silent image, sexy background kobold dancers doing the thing, wearing the sexy outfits, and
Fair enough.
Classify as a sexy kobold
What's
outfit.
your charisma then?
20.
Okay, so
You be Redouche.
Okay, I'll be reduced.
Alright, that works. Okay, so
So
Okay,
then you must come along and vanquish
no,
Redouche.
but the Vanquisher needs to have more charisma than Redouche.
Okay, then you be Redouche.
I'll be Redouche.
You come
Okay,
along as yourself.
you've got an illusion of an ugly ass reduce with a tiny dick flopping in
well,
the
if you
wind.
want to make them hate a character, I would say maybe actually put the person with the lowest charisma, and I'll say if you can roll really low, it'll make him hate that character more.
Then I should probably do that.
Okay, so you're Redouche.
I'll be Redouche.
Yeah, you reduce.
Good
Okay,
negative one.
okay, you've got the tiny floppy dick, and you've
You're
got,
gonna need a big
I'm
mind
method
revision for
acting. I
that.
never realized I've been method acting for this role my whole life.
and you and slowly during the performance,
We're
you'll
both gonna have to do that.
you'll accumulate the gold that you've taken from the other kobolds and put into your own pockets.
Okay.
But we like Redouche.
So what am I supposed to be doing, guys? I have no
Sexy
idea.
dancing.
I'm just sexy
You're the
dancing.
eye
Sexy
candy,
background
just
dancing.
sit there in the back.
All right, I'll sexy dance.
Here.
I'm sexy dancing.
Hey, can you do that?
You must
thing
be the
where,
director then,
This is
technically.
mold earth.
You'll be the
make,
director
like a
then.
hole or something.
I
Yeah.
don't have that.
All right.
And
So
you
it's like
kill
a
me
third
Yeah.
and save everybody.
Do I know any,
Aye.
So I'm gonna come on and pretend to slave master a bunch of kobolds that we're minor illusioning on the ground and
Oh,
kick
we
them.
can do-
"Grr, Give me all your gold.
We can do that thing where we pretend to be chained up to Redouche and the Princess Leia thing. Right?
Yeah, there
Jabba
you
the
go.
Hutt.
Yeah, perfect.
That's what Jesse.
Okay, you got us?
I think so. I think that works. So,
reduce
hours
also
pass
for
as you work on your choreography and who will do what role. The director, Akul, watches it all carefully and sort of frames his opening remarks for the crowd, I guess, to introduce the piece, while the rest of you practice your moves and work out. After a while, a horn is blown that echoes across the wind-swept plateau. Showtime has begun.
I jump on stage like the old medieval plays. They show overacting. I'm reduced. Look at me with my small penis.
Okay, all right, no
It
problem.
is-
So you guys are
it
gonna go
is
first
accents.
then.
Yeah,
Say
sorry.
my great big penis.
Oh, no, small penis.
With my great small
You can
penis.
see it.
No, but that's the thing. Redouche will think that he has a big.
Yeah, but I'm not playing reduce. I'm playing reduce, not reduce.
Exactly.
Oh, you're not going to introduce it.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh, you
introduce
did,
the
yeah.
piece. Yeah, so cool. Your job is to step up at first and introduce the piece for the audience. If you want to say something, you can. If you want to just do a charisma or whatever role to explain it to them and set the scene.
A long, long time ago, there was a village of kobolds, women, that was ruled under the tyranny of this tiny, dicked kobold.
because you actually did do an introduction, you get advantage on this charisma roll.
I'm doing drum music as he says the outsiders approach.
Yeah, so you set the scene. They're like, oh wow, that really, I can identify with that story. There's a lot of similarities with my life to this. I think I'm gonna pay attention. So the director steps off the stage and the show begins. Who's gonna come out and do the first?
Reduce.
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 The horns blow, but mid blowing, the horns kind of fail.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I was gonna say earlier horns blow, and they will be trap horns.
Very soft treble. The world's smartest treble.
The world's quietest trap horn. For some reason, someone's like, I'm gonna make a trap horn app. But make it so quiet.
Trap one out for kobolds.
It's so nice.
What is this? A trap horn for ants?
Be at least 3
Anyway, so he steps out. Go ahead, give me your dexterity or charisma roll. How ably are you performing your roll?
We're going for low, eh? 6.
6. They're like, I don't think I like this guy very much. He seems like a dick.
So,
You must
Reduce's
worship
sexy
me.
dancer slaves are gonna be in tow.
So sexy dancers. How sexily are you dancing?
Chains, I'm leading them in.
That's not so great. 9.
No, you can use guidance or whatever if you.
I
if
don't
you're-
have guidance. I could have used play. No,
Using
Sorry,
history,
I
right?
was
that's alright.
Using history, do I know of any famous, like, attractive kobolds?
I'd say that's pretty esoteric.
That one in that
topic.
movie.
Famous sexy kobolds.
Okay, any famous kobolds? Any famous kobolds?
The
who are
kobold-
well-
Okay, yeah, I'd say there's probably a couple, maybe
The
of some
great-
famous kobold adventurers
Great
that have
Kobold
been,
War of
that have been
20.
hangers on to other famous people.
One of them walks onto to the set, looks at Reducer, and says, "Oh, this place looked interesting, but look at that guy," and walks off. I don't
Who
know.
are you has been? Get out of my.
23,
9.
So I'd say Zenbri walks out of there. Maybe she's minor illusion to look a little bit like a kobold, but like, dang.
Jesse's makeup is running a little bit
We
while he's
do.
crying and dancing.
I can do the whole
They said they would make me a star. So far, the production is going very well. Has everybody gone now? I think you're
He
running
needs
like
to come on and
effects.
kill me after.
I'm doing all
So that
effects
probably
for the
doesn't happen yet, though. You're doing
That's it.
effects.
for everything.
So give me some spell casting rolls for
23.
effects. 23. Okay, so you're making extras. You're making sad rain and things like that. It's very engrossing.
My small penis.
Almost Disney hologram level event that these kobolds are seeing. So they're all the effects are covering up some of the
I'm trying my
less
hardest.
than sexy
Running
dancing going
metronome and
on.
it's not working.
Director, do you want to introduce the second act to this? What's the big twist that's going to happen that's going to change this story up, director? Do you want to try and set the stage for the big twist? After
when he
Radulf
comes
has
in to
been
kill me
oppressing
and
these
vanquish
people
me.
for so long, a vanquisher arrives.
The tyranny of Radush has been long and tormentous for these poor kobold villagers.
Thunder rumble.
There was a hope. Some would say
A new hope.
In a galaxy.
Oh,
Gotta be movie quotes.
Do big words come up? Minor illusion going on.
Everything he's saying is doing that.
village far away.
Alright.
Okay.
So the vanquisher arrives then. So go ahead, lay it on me. With advantage.
It's a 2.
Oh! No, but that's
No, that's great weapon fighting.
Yeah, he's not fighting.
That's reasonable.
14.
So you go up there, you say your piece, and they're like, okay, I'm ready for this next part. So, the Vanquisher. Who's the Vanquisher? So,
Me, but I'm actually at the party.
Yes.
so Radulf, Vanquisher. Roll for your big scene.
Who are you chumps?
Who are you, you chump? And the spotlight shines on Reduce.
Ooh, that's low. They hate him. They say,
The spotlight shrinks to his penis, And then being such a tiny penis, it shrinks even more.
It's a red dot in the captain.
Oh, that's not good
Plus
too.
8, that's 11.
Alright, so
11. I rolled 3.
that's pretty good. So you slay him. The people aren't really liking this vanquisher so much. Sexy dancers, can you zhuzh up his final act?
I cast guidance on you. I don't
Alright, thank God.
guidance you. Hopefully I roll high.
Oh gosh.
What'd you get?
You're just not sexy
And the
enough
ones.
today.
So how did you roll for yours?
Having a bad hair day, dude.
I'm 18.
Alright, so
7. So she's pretending to take off like the shoulder straps and the makeup's running even more. And she's please save us, sir.
It's actually working. They feel sorry for us.
Why
So-
don't be Ragush's dancer?
That's what I was going for.
the play ends, and you are met with thunderous applause. The Radouche character was hated. The Vanquisher was thought of as okay. One of the dancers was just too hot for TV,
Too hot.
basically. The other dancer they didn't really like, but whatever. And the director did a very able job of setting the story and getting them invested in this tale that was being told.
It's reduced and they're going, why do they hate that guy so much?
That guy seemed pretty cool. I
That
don't know
Radouche seemed
what
like
the
a
deal-
good guy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'm a little worried about this. So the kobolds go out. They do their own performance, but you guys stole the show. Basically, it
Special
was
effects.
yeah. The special effects were amazing. The dancers were okay. The Radouche character was hated. So you guys tie up the score essentially with them. The kobolds have 2. The outsiders have 2.
It's a nail biter.
This is a nail biter. This will all be decided by
Game of football.
the game of football. The game of kickball footing.
It's kind of like yesterday. A huge wedding all came down to a game of football in the end. It was a big game on last night, apparently.
Oh yeah?
When
So
I drove
that's-
past Score-Bar, it was last night at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, the game of sheep ball, which they use it, they kick around a sheep's skull. It doesn't really bounce that well. But,
Every
Where
now
is
and
it?
again your foot goes through it.
So
Oh, that's why the football pitches.
they lead you to a field,
Of dreams.
a field of dreams, a football field.
Yeah.
Carefully manicured grass, chalk lines to denote the field.
One gust of wind blows the field.
Right, blows the entire field. Don't worry about it. I actually made
So it's got little minis for us.
little paper
oh, yeah, yes. Proper
things for
size.
you
I was
guys.
thinking I might have to redraw it. Man.
There's Senbree's little square.
Thinking.
I've got little tiny thingies.
But he's got our names for us.
Yeah, he's got initial, everything's initial and stuff.
Feather. And
I'd like to say he did his homework, but I saw him doing it here.
yeah. That's pretty much how I would do my homework back in high school as well.
What time of day is it now?
I'd say it's getting later now, maybe late
Are
afternoon.
there any shadows?
Yeah, it's a lot of shadows.
Well, we're underground. We're like, we're
I
not
thought
up.
we were. Oh yeah, alright.
All of it's inside the zigzag.
Wasn't it like a fake sun?
Yeah, it's all
Just
glow
all
crystals at the top, that
Yeah,
kind of
It's all
thing.
dim light.
It's all dim
Dark
light. It's
shadows
always
for
dim.
him
Mm.
It's all
to
dim
himself.
light.
I'm gonna do that. There's an old Japanese anime with the football team. Have you seen that? It's fucking, I don't know what it's called, but I'm gonna do a move there. Kick the ball up in the air. Bicycle kick down.
And the thing that was weird about like it didn't make a lot of sense because they didn't actually have powers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was just all like
And the one thing, 'cause it was almost like a comic, right? It was a cartoon, like in a newspaper or something as well. And the one strike, the one shot on goal, took something like a month and a half to actually score the goal. It was just the build-up of the ball moving, like the whole
What?
every different skit after that. It was just the ball moving and different things happening. In
It shouldn't
the
take too
background.
much longer. I've just
So
got
funny.
2 more
It's
pieces.
the longest 1 second ever.
Okay, so you guys make your way out to the field, I guess, and they kind of lay it out for you. You can see on one side is a very long, wide goal, and the other is a small, rickety little thing, a little harder to kick into, they
Flip
say.
through it.
That'll be our goal here. Since we are smaller, we should have a smaller goal. This side is here. Here is the center line. It's pretty close to the center, I think. You know,
That's pretty fair.
I think that's fair. And they say, and because us kobolds have smaller legs than you crazy, overly grown outsiders, we do get one extra player. Is that fair? I think that's fair. You don't really get a say in whether it's fair or not.
Of course not.
So,
That is invisible.
hearing this crushing sound, boom, 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 coming out of a small cave in the distance, you see the form of a stone giant marching out toward the field.
The extra player. Is he not in front of the goal?
Okay.
Says Big Henry's gonna help us win this game. He's our secret weapon.
He gets a mini.
Oh, he gets a full mini. Okay. Big Henry, the stone giant that has befriended this kobold tribe. So, you guys can decide who wants to be goalie or who wants to hang out in what position here.
When the game starts, like I'll just wolf out with my long strider one, which allows me to use dash as a bonus action.
Suck them up. Big Henry on goal.
Are these 5 feet each, the little block?
Yeah, I figured that'd be fine.
So, I don't know, what do you guys think? Giant octopus or giant spider?
Giant octopus in goal.
Oh, they actually just turn into a giant anything which blocks the whole goal.
You know what? I should
Goalie,
really
yeah.
use something for the ball too.
I'll be out. I'll be left wing.
I'll be center.
Where's my thing?
We'll say that's the
Oh,
ball,
there we
the
go.
little crystal
There we go.
icon.
All right, left wing.
Are they kicking off, I take it?
Oop.
Yeah? Just me.
Yeah, feather.
Are they going to be kicking off, huh?
Yes. Well,
I will be center.
I actually don't know. I thought it was like they drop it in the middle and
Zenbri, you're gonna be
Well,
goalie.
no,
Wrestle
stay
them.
away.
Okay.
Our team, if they're kicking off, our team is
So
out the circle.
where would
Okay.
goalie be? Would goalie be here or in there?
In there.
In there?
Yeah.
In here?
Yeah, right in front of the net.
Oop.
Yeah.
So this will be one of the very first ever D&D games of football.
Yeah.
At least the very first one for this
Aki, come
podcast.
stand next to me. Cool, go left way, right way.
Oh, let's use the metal dice. The super heavy metal.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the giant octopus. How long does this game last?
Shouldn't take too long.
You can keep it for hours, though.
No, giant octopus I can only breathe. I can only be out of water for an hour, so that's as long as I can.
Actually, my shift's lost in minutes. That's something.
That
Are we
should be
going to
fine.
be doing this
longer
for
than a
rounds,
minute.
like a game, or initiative round, or what?
Yeah, I figured it'd just be a bunch of opposed rolls basically to kick the ball, see how far you kicked it and stuff like that. And then we'll just play to like 3 or 5 points depending on how fast this goes.
All right.
And I think after this, see, it's 11:40 now. No big deal. I think we're pretty good on time still. We only started at like
Yeah.
10:50 or something.
Cool, so I have a 15-foot reach, which means nothing's going in this goal.
As long as you catch it. But you're also a giant,
Yeah, I'm giant
which means you're
octopus.
15 foot square,
Yeah.
or 10 foot square.
Yeah, there's literally no way anything's gonna go into that goal.
There was no way.
You can
why-
still get through. If you
yeah.
miss, you can still
If I
get through,
miss,
yeah.
How wide is the, they're still, you're giant up, right?
There's no way anything can pass this guy either.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
fucking
no. Things are gonna get past because I'm gonna whisper something to him.
Their goal
You should
is
block the
smaller
goal
than ours.
for this game.
Their goal is smaller than ours.
Yeah,
That's
that's what he said.
Of course it
Because
is.
they're
funny.
smaller
Sorry, I
than
was
Yeah, and
just
center field is totally fair too.
Yeah, we saw that.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get started, I guess. Radulf aims up, I
Is
guess.
he playing?
Yeah, you know what? No, he watches. He likes to watch his kobolds play for him.
He seems like a watcher.
So I guess we'll start the game. He's going to.
Yeah.
The first one is going to try and kick past you guys.
Do we get to roll initiative?
Um,
Nice.
say they go, then you go, then they go, then you go.
Now,
Alright.
is this game? This is a dex. These are dex checks, or
Yeah, I mean a lot of dex checks unless you want to like
okay.
nail someone with a strength hit or something like
Their
that.
main guy, there's their center.
Hmm?
I'm gonna hex him.
Alright, fair enough. So he has to roll a save, or does it
There's
just
no save.
No
It's
save.
just hits.
He just gets disadvantage for all his dex checks.
Okay, no problem. So he rolls to try and move past you guys. That is a 9 plus 3, so that'd be 12. So he tries to move past you guys. You don't want to steal the ball or any shit like that.
What's it?
So he's trying to move between you and Feather Marshal.
Give me 9 plus 3.
He still has a dex
He
modifier.
still gets a dex modifier.
I took the lowest one.
I took the lowest
That was
one
a
though.
19 before he moved it.
Yeah.
So that would be you two
Okay.
rolling to take the ball from him.
Okay,
Basically.
thanks, yeah?
Yes.
Is it a save or just a check?
Just check.
Check.
13.
No proficiency, right? Just straight dex.
Yeah.
15.
15. Okay, so you got higher, so the ball makes its way over to Aki. You steal it from him.
Sweet.
So you have the initiative now, I guess.
I'm gonna kick the ball in there. However,
Just gonna go for a goal kick.
I also teleport this way as far as I can.
Alright.
but the thing is, after kicking the ball, that ball, strangely enough, travels really far. His buddy grabs the ball and carries it the rest of the way.
Alright, so you're gonna have Buddy try to carry the ball over. Alright, so he kicks.
I kick, and then the ball, as it moves, it just
Moves,
keeps
yeah.
moving.
Moving.
And it does,
moving.
it does a curve thing. It does like one of those David Beckham curves.
Okay, so as this is not working, the sticky tack is falling off of
I'm
that.
gonna try to get it to go
Yeah, we
around.
can just use
The
Use.
dot. And
Well,
we'll just
then we have to
remember.
move the
We'll just
die over and over
remember.
again.
Alright.
How about?
Just a little dice.
I have.
Yeah, was it
I
just
have
Right here.
things, guys. I have things.
This goes by the way.
Oh, I'm such a cheater.
There's the ball.
Can I run to it and try to kick it? Even after I
No,
teleport
buddy's
it?
got it.
It's a bonus action.
So,
No, I'm
oh
thinking
god damn it, that
all the
just
way
bled
to the
right
back.
through it.
All the way
I'm doing the David Beckham long range.
All the way to the
Buddy's
goal.
carrying. Buddy's carrying.
So,
Buddy's gonna try.
a bat swoops in from the dusk sky right toward Buddy. Let's give it an opposed roll to hold on to the ball.
Here, the ball.
Buddy
Okay,
gets a
there's the
20
ball. That works.
Buddy gets a 21.
Alright. The ball rolls through. Can he get through the giant? One more.
Do I get a roll
Can
to strike
Jessup-
or a dex or
Yeah, roll to goal, basically.
roll to goal? 21.
And the giant, so busy picking his nose because the DM decided to roll fairly outside of the thing. Goal!
I do this.
So, one for the outsiders. Back to the middle. Kobold number 1 has the ball. He's going to try and roll through, or I guess he's going to try and kick it to Kobold 2. Kobold 2 is going to try and kick it past Jessup to Zenbri.
Alright, I'm gonna
Try and block it.
Try and intercept. 19.
Interception! Jesse, you have the ball. What are you going to do with that ball?
First thing I'm gonna do is wolf out the long strider so I can dash as a bonus action.
Alright?
And then we're gonna run 30, 10, 5, 10, 15,
I want to
20,
keep
20,
parallel
about
to the
30,
middle.
5, 10, 15, 20, about 30. I'm gonna move it up there.
So
Is
60?
anybody up there? Because I can dash as a bonus action. Anybody up there?
I'm coming up this
Feather
way.
Marshal was back there, but I
Just
guess
behind him.
after the goalie moved.
Alright,
I
I'm
went
gonna
back,
try and kick
and
the
I'm-
ball with feather.
Like I'm watching him, I just run parallel to him.
2 kobolds, then try and
Yeah,
strike
so
it.
they'll probably try and block. Kobold 3 will try and block it. Kobold 4 will move back here.
Alright,
We'll
So, have to roll for your kick.
luckily Ben does not know the offside rule.
13.
No, I don't know anything about it. It kicks. Kobold 3 grabs it. He tries to kick it up to Kobold 1.
I'll try
Feather,
to
can you
set
try and
that.
block that?
17.
Feather Marshal takes it from 3. Cool.
I'm gonna
Are
run
you gonna move
up
up?
there.
I'm kind of staying there. I was going to if I was going to try and intercept if it came past.
So you're gonna stay back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run
Good job.
up a bit. Just like let's say 15 feet.
All right. We're keeping it a little fast and loose.
Can I
with
try a
Zach.
special move?
Try your special move.
I kick the ball up into the air here, and I teleport up to it, and bicycle kick down.
Alright, you could.
Behind
That
the
happens.
giant
It's
down
still,
into
it's
the
still
goal.
just a regular kick, but let's see how it works.
It's gonna look cool.
Alright. Can you get past the giant goalie?
18.
18. God.
This is the best goal.
Goal number 2. Back to the center again.
Alright. Back to the center. I'll get
Kobolds.
back up left wing.
The giant body.
The giant moves forward. Kobold 1 moves back.
I switched the hex.
Oh yeah, his hex doesn't wait. When you were rolling, just.
Oh yeah, I haven't been.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I roll so low that it doesn't really matter if I have disadvantage.
Alright, I'm gonna move like there.
Okay. Alright. The giant is just going to pick up the ball and try and throw it into the goal from center field.
Nice.
Cool, do you want to try and block that?
Yeah.
Alright, go for
Have
it.
I reset again?
Yeah.
Okay, the giant gets disadvantage.
So was that dex or strength or?
Dex.
Dex.
With the, I guess the
Dexes.
giant would be using strength, right? Because he's throwing the fucking.
Yeah.
But
So
accuracy.
he makes it past the block attempt.
Is
Zembri.
he using dex or strength?
Strength, I
He's
guess.
using
Chuck
strength.
it.
You're using
Okay.
dex. You're
What?
using dex. He's using strength. You're
Oh,
trying to dodge it.
Yeah.
You're trying to grab.
Alright, so he throws the ball. It's going towards Zembri. Zembri, can you block it?
What do I have to do?
I guess just roll deck save, yeah.
Literally a dex save.
Goal! The score.
I
One
go
here,
foul,
2
handball.
here.
Handball.
Handball.
So resetting the giant.
I want to get on. I want to get on the broom.
Wouldn't
I
it be
kick up.
us? Wouldn't be us.
I'm
Not in
kicking off.
kobold rules.
Am I not kicking off now?
I'm gonna get on the broom.
That's okay.
Okay, you know what? I guess that is how actual football is, right? They trade off once you get the goal.
Yeah, but these guys are cheating.
They are cheating. They are purposefully cheating.
You know, like when
No,
the giant
no, I'm
handballs
pretty
it,
sure
the ref just goes, I
Home
don't see
team
anything.
gets the ball every time.
Where's the ref? There's the ref.
Feather, can we switch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so
Switch.
I'm for sure getting on the
giant
broom
here,
this time.
feather
Over here.
goes over here. Cool.
Well, I'll be right up on this edge here.
Alright,
In the corner, basically. Yeah.
giant there. He's gonna probably just try and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
One kobold moves over here. The other swarm over here, kinda.
I'm gonna switch my hex over to strength.
Alright,
Can't.
Oh,
Wouldn't you have to
Wait.
recast it?
No.
Dude,
Well, I don't know how long it
Because
takes.
this is changing the terms of the spell, right? It's not just moving it. I'm just
I
thinking
see what you mean.
mechanically.
if I have to, then I'll recast it.
yeah, it's short rest spell slots. Who gives a
Yeah.
shit?
They just boot it forward.
Alright, so
I'll get there.
the giant is going to grab onto the ball with his hands again and just try and run through Akul.
Oh, I can't
Can I? I'm on the broom.
So this
now.
can be just an opposed strength check, I think, to see if he can barrel over you, if we can hold him
So
back.
it's rugby now. I'm playing rugby, right?
Oh wait, well I guess he is hexed
He is
automatically. That's perfect.
Cost me 2 spell slots.
Yeah,
Oh,
but the spell
thank
slots
God.
are completely
They
work.
work.
God fucking damn it. Okay, whatever. So what did you roll?
17.
17. Okay, so you get control of the ball.
Okay, you see that kobold next to Feather Marshal?
Yes, 4.
I'm using my strength to kick it directly at the kobold.
At the kobold. Okay,
Nice.
go for it.
Can I?
Roll to hit.
Knock him over.
I would like to move that way on the broom.
21.
It hits. Roll for damage. 1d6. 4, 5, 6 knocks him out. Ah, okay, you just broke his
Plus
arm.
plus next or no?
Oh!
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, he's dead.
Alright, you knock him out. Ah!
And you're right there. You can take
I want to
the ball.
swoop. I want to swoop. I want to swoop down on the broom and grab the ball.
No,
Wow.
you're on the other side.
The
Feather is
ball
right
destroyed.
I'm there.
Kobold,
40
the
feet
kobold
movement.
referee in his white and black stretchers. Hey, hey, hey! Unnecessary roughness. Free hit for the kobolds! I'm watching you!
I just kicked the ball.
Hey, I'm a kobold. I'm not going to listen to you. Penalty kick! And the kobolds out here in the giant lumbers forward.
Have you really have
can
no
you
idea
block
how football
it?
works?
No idea at all. Thing is,
Awesome, let's go.
they don't either. So,
Watch Bait Knobs and Broomsticks.
no idea what that is.
It was like one of those old sort of musical type movies, but it was had Angela Lansbury. But this is reminding me of this one scene where they went to like this animated island, same kind of thing. A king lion was kind of a douche, and they played this football game. Pretty much exactly the same.
Switch them out.
Nice.
Does he notice?
Probably.
What?
He's switching
Switch
out.
out the
Kobold
kickers.
1 is going to take the penalty kick.
God damn it! I'm just gonna say, miss. Command.
You're commanding him?
19. I'm holding my chest.
Second try. No.
Fails. Look at that.
So I guess he misses purposefully then, so...
He gets distracted. He's like, "What?" Like, who's yelling at me?
Stupid spell. Okay, so it is your guys' turn. I guess penalty kick is over.
I'm like the biggest cheater ever.
He moves back. Kobold 1 moves back to the goal.
Can I hold my action to intercept the ball as it's flying on the broom?
Oh, no.
You have a low flying speed.
It's still 40 feet because I'm on the broom by myself.
I mean, I guess you can, sure.
All right.
Alright, so
That's what I want to do.
cool and giant. Let's do a check to see who gets the ball.
Yep.
Wrestling over it.
It's like basketball, rugby, football.
I think the
Awesome.
giant-
What? 22? Let me double check with those giants.
Was it stone? So
The
plus
giant
6
still
or
has
plus 8?
strength disadvantage.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he didn't change it to the other
I
guy.
don't. Because it's useless to change it to a
Oh,
goal.
shame.
12.
I'm 22.
So I don't think it's going to be
Oh,
higher than
was a
that.
3.
It's just a plus 6. So yeah, you still.
18.
I say you have the ball.
Plus 6.
Boot it forwards, I shout.
Right?
Boot it forwards.
Okay, wait. If I
Boot it forwards.
okay,
You can kick it up to feather and they can't block it, I'd
I
say.
kick it forward as high up in the air as I can.
Right?
As soon as he kicks it, I bolt. I start running.
Right?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
So,
So
like-
what's going on? You're just kicking it forward over the giant?
Yeah.
Alright, so ball flies over the giant. The kobolds begin running back for it.
Run and teleport.
You're
I'm gonna
running for
fly
it.
forward
I beat
as
them
well.
by far.
40 feet in the room.
Okay. Move, feather, teleports.
Jesse coming close?
Yeah.
You get to it
Jesse's
first.
up in the air.
Yeah, I'm up in the air.
I lay it up.
You lay it up. The kobolds are running. They can't keep up. Jessup, you have a clean shot. Can you get it past the kobold? Can he succeed?
20. No, 21. 21.
Hiya!
And all the subscribers for tuning.
And the kobolds are defeated. Their team was disgraced on their own field due to hex and other slimy nonsense that I didn't think about when planning this part.
Oh, the
Radu
thick.
is pissed.
The kobold that I kicked, is he still alive?
The medics carried him away. It's hard to tell.
Some smelling
I had
salts.
like
Yeah.
5, 6 hit points.
It was a soft football.
Kill this dude with the freaking balls.
It's non-lethal.
Yeah, probably non-lethal damage, but he's certainly not going to wake up for
He'll
a
be
moment.
throwing up a couple of ribs for a couple of days.
Okay, cool.
Radulf pulls the skull. He's fuming. His ego is crushed. He says, "Fine, fine, I say, you bunch of mean, cheating losers, trying to show us up. Well, how about this then? If you want this skull so bad." He throws it back into a large sand pile. Once again, the other kobold comes up that whistles for him. And a large, red-colored, tunneling worm rises from the sand, swallowing the skull. He says, if you want that skull so bad, you'll have to get it from Wormy!
Is it cold-blooded?
Let me see. Are worms...
Do worms even have blood?
Yeah, they do.
blooded?
Not much blood.
It's a thing that I don't understand about insects. Like, they're
Yes.
alive, but how? Vomit.
Vomit on Redouche.
Yeah, get it to eat Redouche.
No.
Okay.
The dude's already been so humiliated. I'm just
Oh,
like,
come on, the
Is it-
Nickelodeon kind of kitty slime thing would be the perfect ending.
Okay, do what you want to do.
So, do what you want.
I take my rod of cold-blooded
Control.
control and
You invent.
which you did invent, yes.
I did, for some
All
reason.
your own fault.
And I command the thing to come over to me,
And vomit.
and I just rub its belly a little bit, and I'm just like, just give it up a bit.
Let's see, what do I have to beat? What is your spell
DC.
difficulty?
Oh, right, for the
Yeah, they
thing.
still get to save.
Mine
It'll be
is,
your spell, you see.
it's 14.
Okay, 14.
Okay, and it has a -1, because it's just a dumb worm.
Yeah.
So you shake it out, hey! Do your thing, you rub its belly, and it just coughs up a nasty
It's the worst day of puke sounds.
Shame.
Yeah, can you do that thing?
Radulf watches this, very angry. So, a little tear forms in his eyes. I'm going home!
Hey, Radoof, about that bat?
Fuck off! and then him and his hangers on say, no, you're great, Radulf. No, suck! This is terrible!
I go over to him and I'm like, the race was great. I mean, I had a lot of fun. Like,
Yes.
it's pretty nice.
No, I'm gonna be a sore loser! Go away! And Radulf, his ego completely shattered, runs away crying to his little hut. The other kobolds sort of mill about for a moment before going back to the huts, now dejected.
Okay.
They are losers, and they know it. How sad! How shameful!
I mean, can I buy a bat off you guys?
Nah, it's a non-starter for them.
It's gonna work.
The other kobolds also dejectedly go back home, and the Leatherwing village, once so proud and full of school spirit and pep, is now pepless.
Peppers.
A pepless village.
Should be aware.
I pick up the skull off the floor and I wipe it off.
You can do the
Put
thing.
it in my bag.
But yes, the skull is now in your party's control. And this is the skull for all our eagle-eyed viewers at home that can see things that are about 1 pixel large, maybe.
The same size as Radouche's penis.
Ah, so sad. Such a low blow for a lizard.
Okay, let's not carry on.
So I think that's probably a good stopping point
Yes.
for now.
Yeah.
The trials/games/general jackassery of Radouche is finished. Our heroes have squeaked out a victory against the... Well, squeaked out. It was pretty dominant in the soccer game.
Autumn Olympics.
Yes. The D&D Olympics are finished. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this rather irreverent episode of Dice Nerds and Nagas. We'll catch you guys next time with a long, drawn-out battle, most likely. Hint, hint. Alright, so, see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!